Conflict resolution was non existent in my household growing up. Processing emotions, debriefing about trauma, unpacking differences, talking things out, and expressing oneself was non existent. It was foreign to me. I was to be seen and not heard. I would allow my feelings to bottle up until I would eventually explode. My anger was expressed in a very immature way for a long time. But this was progress. It was reactionary, but necessary. It was feminine rage. My anger was the beginning of me standing up for myself and attempting to honor my worth. It was me knowing something was wrong, but on the other hand, I needed the other person to feel or see my pain. It was me trying to show them, hey, you hurt me, don't you care? It was me asking them to care. It was me looking for them to care, to validate me. It was me needing them to help me regulate my nervous system, my emotions, my feelings. My feminine rage came off as a tantrum until I gave it purpose and meaning. That's when it became sacred. No longer was I yelling for the hell of it about what happened to me. Now I had something to say. I had a message to deliver. I had to let the offender know that they were a horrible human being and why. Point 1, point 2, point 3, 4, 5, as many as I needed. To let them know that they had done something wrong. I saw it as a service because I wanted them to not only feel my rage, but learn from it and be better. It wasn't about name calling or belittling them. It was about shining a light on exactly why they were dead wrong, morally. It was me calling judgment on the objective injustice. It was me no longer questioning my worth, but knowing without a shadow of a doubt that this treatment is completely unacceptable at a baseline level of common decency. It was me telling the universe, no, in capital letters. No, I do not deserve this. No, I will not tolerate this. No, it is not okay. It will never be okay. No one deserves this. No one should tolerate this, and I will not be convinced otherwise. I will not swallow disrespect for the appearance of harmony and the perception of peace, knowing I'm feeling the complete opposite inside. My approach was impolite. My approach said, you did this, so you're going to hear this. I gave myself permission to feel and express. I removed the shame, guilt, and expectation to be perfect or liked. Did the offender care about those things when it was time to offend me? No. Actions have reactions, and this was mine. You can't offend someone and then dictate their response or tell them how badly to be hurt. I stopped caring about the reaction to my reaction. I was prepared to lose the relationship. How many of the relationships it took? A relationship that isn't built on mutual respect is too expensive for me to keep or to try to maintain anyways. It's better to nip disrespect in the bud before we move any further. The sooner I learn to live without you, the better. I've learned that if I let something slide once, then it will continue to occur. The moment I feel uncomfortable is the moment I know I must show up for myself because who else will? Now, before anyone who hears this thinks I'm telling everyone to go crazy, I want to say this was my path, my journey. Yours may look different. I came from a past where I was taught to be silent and to protect my abusers. I lived with guilt and shame. I felt the need for people to save me because I was powerless and not believed on my own. My anger gave me courage. It was my protection. By channeling my anger this way, I stopped abandoning myself. I got loud. I no longer put my abuser before myself. I stopped questioning my actions, my worth, my experiences, and my reality. I showed up for myself, and I made no apologies about it. I no longer cared to preserve the dignity of those that sought to disregard mine. I no longer sacrificed myself to honor relationships that dishonored me. I realized I was a one-woman army, and that was enough.